welcome to the One International Love. Okay, and we are presenting here using how rich people think in our The Rich Think MMX, and we keep continuously talking about money. We realize that money is something that most of the people on earth are facing, and it's very important. And we're using the law of attraction to see how focusing and learning on about money, how will help us, and how we will see how it will influence our balance sheet in about 43 weeks, correct? This is week 7, we got 43 more. We're doing chapter 13 and 14, okay, from How Rich People Think. So this is Charmaine Jan, and then the chapter 13, it says middle class believes money is earned through labor. World class believes money is earned through thought. Okay, what is something interesting that stood out to you, Charmaine, in this chapter? You know, each chapter is about 1 page with some critical thinking question and some plan of action. And to me, on this chapter, did anything stood out to you, Charmaine?
The first line, the average person believes the harder they work, the more money they'll make.
I know that sucks, doesn't it?
Yes.
It's true though. I used to think the same thing. And I was working 2 jobs, 40 hours each job, and I get paycheck every week. And every week when I went to the bank, the check was spent before I even cash it.
That's true.
You know, and they say, oh, every 6 months you get extra paycheck. So I was getting 4 paychecks a year extra. But guess what? Always something happens every 6 months. Nobody tells you that. Every 3 to 6 months, something happens. New tires, new AC, new car. Something is going to happen. It happens to everybody. To me, you know, it talks about, you know, you work more and you earn more. It's technically speaking is right. What they're talking about is here that the rich know that creative thinking is the highest paid skill in the world, correct? So independent creative thinking is the most valuable asset anyone can acquire. Speaking of that, that means creativity is really important. We have to look for solutions, and once we find a solution to a simple problem, that we can we can remake it or make it multiple times, and it will pay in the long run. So we are here focusing on creating using law of attraction of we become what we think about, and that's why I decided that whatever we're doing is great. It's going to help us and help other people too. So today I decided we have to do it more often.
Okay.
We do it once a week here. We get 50 weeks, and we have to do it some other places too with other people, because it will help everybody. So creativity. I learned that when you become more creative, when you read with your finger, you indexing, and when you use your left hand, you use your other side of the brain, and you become more creative. And that's one of the little things I think that matter when you do something for a long time, and it's a small change in life, small addition that will make a big difference over a long period of time. So I started to indexing when I read, you know. So and I believe it works. So there's a critical thinking question. What is it, Sherman?
How much time do you invest on a weekly basis in self-education?
Okay. Well, I spend 5 minutes a day because I read this book every day. I already read it maybe 7 times, and I'm gonna keep reading it because these are facts of life that you follow these plan of actions and ask yourself these critical thinking questions, and simply said that we are rich because we're gonna use these laws, these information, and apply them into our lives, which I have a great challenge for you and your family, Charmaine, and that's gonna be for different story, for different day. So when you think about this, on count of three, do you belong to middle class or the world class?
Middle class for now.
Middle class for now, and I'm gonna finally say world class because it is I think is the correct size to be on, and because I always think to how we can create more with different places, how we can make what else we can do to create better value for our customers or better value for the party involved. Plan of action. What is the plan of action?
Commit to investing at least 1 hour per day studying subjects that will help you move closer towards your ultimate vision.
Okay. So ultimate vision. Yesterday I made a commitment that I will make 1 million mini donuts within the next 5 years. We will make at Beachfront Kitchen and Bar. I will make 1 million donuts, mini donuts, in the next 5 years. That's our goal, and it's going to be also a goal for our new foundation we'll be starting, because it talks about here, what is the ultimate vision? When you look 5 years ahead, it's one of these chapters that is talking about go 5 years ahead and when you're going to be. Okay, so in 5 years we're going to be selling donut number 1 million mini donuts. These are mini donuts. Okay, we made today first batch and we make 140 mini donuts. Okay, so we have only 999,900 and 860 left. That's it. 999,860 donuts left next 5 years, and that's the ultimate vision for the next 5 years, and then we'll grow from that. So that's awesome. Next chapter. What is the next chapter? Number 14.
Middle class worries about running out of money. World class thinks about how to make more money.
That's a great chapter. This is the chapter again. They talk about ideas, correct? That the creative, critical thinking. The masses, the poor people spend more time thinking about money than rich people. The problem is poor people spend this time worrying about the money and what they will do when they lose their job, get sick, exceed their budget through poor planning and bad luck. So poor people think about money a lot. They just talk about the lack of money. They talk about what happens when they run out of money. There's an abundance of money in the universe. Look around this neighborhood. What is it? $100 million between those houses they build over here with the land. Within you can see it around. Count 100 houses. 100 houses times 400,000. That's what? 4 million, 40 million. So there's an abundance of money. We just have to change our thinking and use the information we know, use the 5 laws of money. That's my proposal for your family. and it all gonna have to come to us because we attract it. We're gonna spend the time to educate ourselves, because more we know about money, more money we have. That's how simple it is. So, what else stand out for you?
The part that says living like worrying about money is living in fear,
Mm-hmm.
and living in fear isn't living, it's surviving.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome. And I think we'll, I guess, really matters. Really, when you find we all find ourselves in different positions. Correct. We did our balance sheet.
Mm-hmm.
They look a little bit differently. Regardless of that, we all find ourselves at certain level, certain point of our lives, and then we have the ability to change our beliefs, our thinking, our because we're learning about this, and then that's how we can move, or how we can belong to the side we really want to belong to. Correct? You want to have a lot of money, you follow these steps in the book, and you're gonna have a lot of money. Like it says on a chapter before, correct? It was talking about, what are you do every week to learn about money? Well, we're doing this every week. We need to do it more, because I think this will be future for also for the Live It Foundation that we're starting. I will the Live It values. One of the Live It values. Do you remember the second one when it talks about say yes instead of no, say and instead of but, and say when instead of if? So I'm gonna read this sentence, and you're gonna change it. It says, if the masses would upgrade their limiting beliefs about money and redirect their mental energy to new and exciting ideas, they would experience financial abundance. Okay, so now change the word if to when, and read the same sentence.
When the masses would upgrade their limiting beliefs about money and redirect their mental energy to new and exciting ideas,
They would
experience financial abundance.
See, so we're using the value from the Live It that's talking about you can have real positive life without excuses. When you change the if to when, it becomes a reality. Because when will you start? When will you upgrade your limiting beliefs? You can do it anytime. When you say if it's something that doesn't exist. When you upgrade? So when will you?
Pretty soon.
So this is something we're working on. What is the critical thinking question?
How much time do you spend worrying about money compared to the time you spend engaged in creative problem solving?
That's a nice one, huh? All right. Action step.
Identify the biggest problem in your business or industry that, if solved, would earn you a fortune, and go and solve it.
Yes. That's about talking about being creative. That's awesome. So, on a count of three, middle class worries about running out of money. World class thinks about how to make more money. On a count of three, which one is it? 1, 2, 3. World class.
I don't know which class, because middle class worries about running out of money. I don't have any money to run out of it. So
See, so you have to change something, correct?
that's true.
Okay.
I'll go middle class.
Middle class, that's good. Nothing wrong with that.
Mm.
I remember very, very. I remember very clearly, or whatever the right English composition is. the feeling when you just like, I'm just taking a question, how does this end?
Mhm.
You know, you get all these, money's coming, it doesn't end. Like, you know, it's like, where's the end of it? That's when I started myself asking questions, and when I start getting answers and start changing small little things, and you start using the 5 laws of money, then everything has changed. So it took about probably 10 years, decade, and it's funny how truly it's amazing when people talk about, when you really worry about money, it's like you feel like there's always it never stops. Like there's things coming to you left and right, you know, something breaks down, you know, you think you over the hill and you're going downhill and there's still more hills to climb. You feel like, when is it gonna end? And then one day you realize, wow, it is the end. I can pay my bills for HOA for the year. I can pay my bills for today, for the whole month or 2 months, whatever it is. So that's something you're gonna work on, and we will use the law of attraction again to make it work. So this podcast is sponsored by the Beachfront Kitchen and Bar. Great restaurant.
Remember, when you eat out,
Eat at the beachfront. Ta-da! Happy Thanksgiving.